Greetings, fellow Portal Masters. Greetings, fellow Portal Masters. I am Crash.
Alright, think I got this thing working. What's going on, guys? I'm TooWiiMii, and I have just used Psydude's psychic abilities to hijack Crash the Skylanders channel. So now I'm going to be talking about the top 6 Chaos battles. This is all my video now, so let's do this.
Whoa, TooWiiMii, what the heck? How'd you even get here? What are you doing on my channel?
Crash, fancy seeing you here. I didn't expect to see you on your own channel. I didn't do anything. It was all Psydude's fault, so you can blame him for hijacking into your channel. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh really? You're gonna blame Psydude, the duck with no thumbs, who can use his psychic abilities to probably do anything you want? Actually, it makes a lot of sense. You know what, since you're here, why not take part in my top 6 Chaos boss battles? Good segue.
Awesome. Thanks for having me on your channel.
Before you get into your favorites, I'm going to take it over for now. When we get to a certain boss battle, you can come in and join us, I guess. So stick around, TooWiiMii will be back in a little bit. But for now, let's hop right in to number 6. That's better. Number 6 on the list is the Chaos Trap Team boss battle. Now, I don't like this level for the fact that it is insanely hard. I don't understand why it's such a difficult battle. Something I'll never understand till the day I decide to give up this channel. Chaos's final boss battle in Trap Team is only for ranged characters if you think about it, because most of the time he has that big barrier around you. If you try to get close with a close range attacker like say Bash or even like Nightlight for example, it's hard to fight it and it's almost impossible. The only way to beat this challenge is with a ranged attacker, and I don't know why they decided to do that. Because if you look at the last 3 games previous to that, with Spawns Adventure, Giants, and SWAT Force, all of them you hear from sooner, Trap Team just decided to throw it right out and be like, here you go, here's the hardest boss battle you're going to have. That's one of the reasons I don't like it, is because it's such a paradigm shift throughout the entire game, where the game itself is kind of difficult. But that Chaos boss battle, play Nightmare mode and tell me you didn't have a tough time with it, because I know you're lying. Because if you look at my old Twitter, if you go back through my photos, you're going to see where I did Trap Team on Nightmare mode and lost 60-something Skylanders. That's a lot. So yeah, Trap Team is definitely getting on the bottom of this list, well, the top of the list, depending on which way you read it, just because of how difficult that boss battle is. It makes no sense. Number 5 on the list is Giants. Yeah, so the Giants boss battle is unique. And don't get me wrong, I always call Giants the DLC of Spyro's Adventure, like it shouldn't have been a standalone game. Chaos' boss battle kind of proves that. It feels like they didn't really have an actual battle with them compared to the first game and how insanely tough and fun and challenging that battle was. Throwing the Giants battle in the way it is kind of like they kind of phoned it in. Now, in a later game, of course I'll talk about that in the future, they did do another kind of phoned-in Chaos boss battle. Now, that's a completely different story. But with this one here, it's not as fun. There's a little bit of a challenge to it. It's not like... It just feels like it shouldn't be that boss battle. That should be a mini-fight before the actual battle with Chaos. It doesn't feel like a full fight, and that's why I gotta put it right here. Giants, again, is not my favorite game in the series, and getting to this boss fight is not fun, because by the time I'm playing the whole game and I get to the boss fight, I'm just like, oh, it's the boss fight now, it's this one, right? And then I just gotta survive. And it's not the greatest. Drillex's big rig should have been the final boss fight, just saying. But that is my number 5 on the Chaos boss battles. Alright, for number 4, I'm going to let our special guest TooWiiMii take over for this one. So TooWiiMii, it's all you, girl.
Alright, my personal favorite Chaos boss fight is from Spyro's Adventure. You have to be a true master portal master to even begin to think about this boss fight. First of all, half the time you're not even having to worry about Chaos. You have to worry about a Hydra, stinking 4 heads, water, life, earth, fire, I think. And then there's sharks, lasers, sharks with lasers. This fight is fantastic. See, the best part about this boss fight is the difficulty was so unexpected. Like, you could just breeze through Spyro's Adventure, and then you get to this boss fight and you're like, oh dang, stuff's gonna go down. And then you have to use every bit of skill to maneuver and use the best Skylander to defeat Kaos and his Hydra. Epic boss fight, 10 out of 10.
You know what? I couldn't have said anything better myself. It makes me regret putting it at only 4 in my opinion, but of course, it's everyone's personal opinion. But for now, we're going to have 2 when we come back at the end of the video, so stick around for that. But for now, let's continue on to number 3. So back with me for number 3, hey that rhymes, is the Imaginators boss fight. Now, I absolutely love this 3-wave boss fight. The fact that he upgrades himself like Super Saiyan Chaos, it becomes an amazingly tough boss fight, along with the fact that all of the other Doomlanders are coming up. Now you're looking at me saying, I thought you didn't like tough boss fights, why you don't like trap teams? Not needlessly hard. Trap teams is hard for no reason, just because it can be. I gotta wet my glasses. Hey look, a rare sight of me without glasses on. So the big thing about Chaos' boss battle in Imaginators is it has a good edge of difficulty to it where you actually want to play it, where you actually want to compete and actually have some fun battles and all that stuff. But when it comes to, you know, the actual battle, I'm not stressed out when playing it. You don't need to be a certain type of Skylander. You don't need to do certain things. You just gotta survive. Fight when you can, fight Chaos when you can, and then each time you beat him, and then when you get to the end where you're like, oh my god, how am I gonna beat him? He's super insanely strong now, what do I do? And then the brain helps you out and does that. I gotta say, the Imaginators fight was very surprising, especially for the game since it was lackluster at best. The boss fight was very surprising, and I gotta say I enjoyed that. So yeah, for number 3, it's pretty easy. It's the Imaginators boss fight. Number 2 on my list, well, this is the one that a lot of people are probably going to be surprised about. Number 2 is Superchargers boss fights. Yeah. I love Superchargers. There's an hour-long video on the channel, me talking about why I love Superchargers so much. But the Superchargers boss fight is fun. Now, there's a little issue with that, though. It's a little easy. If you go watch my Spitfire Honesty half hour, I actually beat Chaos and the entire level before that with just Spitfire. And I was playing on medium difficulty. It's not a hard fight, but that's why I like it. You see, no game needs to be challenging for the reason to be challenging. That's why I can't stand games like Dark Souls or Bloodborne or Cuphead, for example. Playing a game that makes it challenging and makes you frustrated, everybody will say, oh, it's great when you get it and it's rewarding, but why do you need that? Why do you need a fight or a challenge to be that frustrating? Why do you want to be upset playing a video game? And Superchargers gives me the exact opposite. I have so much fun taking from the first level Supercharger going all the way to the end, especially with that Chaos boss fight. It's not hard, and it adds a little bit of fun to it. Now, of course, that's not the end of Supercharger. You get one more fight with the Darkness. Spoilers if you haven't beat that for some reason. But that's one thing I gotta say I really like about it, is you beat the battle with Chaos, and you think it's done, and then you get another battle at the end. So of course you beat Chaos, and you're just like, man, that was awesome, I can't wait. And then there's more. Superchargers rules. It's honestly. But not enough to get number 1, because it's a little too easy to get number 1. Now, I mean, number 1 is a little bit easy to begin with, but we'll talk about that now in a second. So for right now, ladies and gentlemen, Chaos' boss fight for Superchargers gets number 2. And number 1 on our list, or number 2 as I put up 2 fingers and I realized, number 1 is the Swap Force Chaos boss battle. Now you're looking at me and saying, Crash, you don't like the boss battle in Giants, because you think it's too out of there. You don't like the boss, you're not number 1 with Superchargers because it's too easy, yet you love the Swap Force boss battle? It's because it was totally unexpected. When you played the first Spyro's Adventure, you realized that the Hydra boss battle was insanely tough, so you go to Giants expecting a tougher boss battle, and then you get that, and you're just like, geez, what are they going to do for Swap Force? Then they give you a 4-wave fight. The first part is you're beating up Chaos' toes, and taking off all the evil light that's on his toes. Then he throws you in his mouth, and you start taking out the evil light along his mouth, and then along with enemies, along with the golems at the same time. So of course you're trying to not get hit with the golems and trying to take out his teeth at the same time. He then spits you out, and you fall into his ear, land in his brain, and you have an awesome fight within the brain. In my opinion, that's one of the best parts. That's the real challenge. If you guys see my live stream weeks ago now, probably by the time I upload this, unfortunately, I had a pretty good fight with Chaos there, and I almost died. Or did I die? I think I might have. Regardless, however, I I had a good fight with that one. Then, of course, it's the mad dash to the end where you gotta get to the end with the cannon to shoot in the chaos and you just feed them, and that's it. Now, of course, that doesn't sound very exciting, but I gotta say, it's pretty unique. That's a Chaos boss fight I know I can keep going back and play as with any Skylander. You don't need to be a fast one, you don't need to be a range attacker, you don't need to be close range, you don't need to be strong, you don't need to be weak. You can beat this Chaos mission with literally anybody. Hey, new series on the channel. Can I beat the Chaos boss battle with every single Skylander? Maybe. You guys might get sick of that. Maybe I'll do it like once a month. Let me know if you're interested in that. I'll do the Chaos boss battle once a month with a random Skylander from Spyro's Adventure all the way up to Swap Force. That sounds like a terrible video idea, but I'd watch it. But anyways, of course I'll watch this, my videos. Get the ads, baby. But for number 1, it's the Swap Force boss battle with Chaos. On our top 6 Chaos boss battles. I'm losing it. I should let TooWiiMii take this entire video over. I'm just mumbling a lot. Anyways, just get to the end of the video. That is my top 6 Chaos boss battles. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, let me know with a like and a comment below. And also, big thank you to TooWiiMii for stopping by on the channel. Of course, I'm going to have her link in the description down below. So while you're down there, go check that one out. TooWiiMii, since you're here, you want to say anything before we close out the video?
I wanted to give a huge shout out to Crash the Skylands for having me on his channel today. And Crash, I'm really happy you didn't bring up how I didn't put Bash in my top 10 Skylanders Spyro's Adventure characters list.
You what?
I gotta go, bye!
But as always, I bid you farewell.